turn on my other microphone.
Turn on our microphones, please. Make sure your cell phones are off.
Hello. I was talking about myself, so I had to finish.
Robin,
No, it was
you
okay.
turn on your microphone, please. Make sure it's pointed towards you.
Our microphone.
Yes. All right, everybody good? Okay, we're ready. You ready? Okay, folks, we're going to start the meeting. Welcome to the Webster Conservation Commission. Today is October 14th, and it is currently 6:04. We have one person missing, Brian Anderson. Otherwise, we are a full board this evening. So with that, we will start the meeting. First up is 15 Bates Grove Road. This is Martin Marasco. This is regarding a installation of a seasonal dock at, welcome. Joe, you have any updates here? Oh, public meeting, sorry, that's where I was going.
All right, in accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 131, Section 40, as amended, the Wetlands Protection Act, a public meeting will be held on a request of a determination of applicability filed by Patrick Doherty, Midpoint Engineering Representative, and Martin Marasco, owner, to determine whether the installation of a seasonal dock at 15 Bates Grove Road in Webster, Mass., Assessor ID 38_A_25_2 is subject to the Wetlands Protection Act and local wetland bylaw. The public meeting will be held in the Board of Selectmen Meeting Room, second floor, Webster Town Hall, 350 Main Street, Webster, Mass., on Tuesday, October 14, 2025 at 6 p.m. Any person interested in this application or wishing to be heard should appear at the time and place designated.
Thank you, Commissioner Taco. Joe, you want to give us an update on this?
All right, so Mr. Doherty submitted for 15 Bates Grove Road to have their seasonal dock licensed by Chapter 91. And this is to satisfy the last item on the order of conditions that we issued for the development of the property. So the application is full and complete. I've got two photographs. It's a very simple, excuse me, a very simple dock. You can see it here. The yard is extremely flat, and it's a naturalized shoreline. Here's another shot. This is how it connects to the shoreline grass with a little gangway. Very indicative of what we see around the lake. And with that said, I can turn it over to Mr. Doherty if he's got any questions or comments. I'll show you the sketch. So this meets the criteria for Chapter 91. Here's the dock as it's laid out. Public access is called out, meaning no high water mark is called out. Here's the residence. Here is neighbor abutter 1, abutter 2. Of course, the lake, the locus. Then the side profile. You can see that it's just a standard aluminum seasonal dock. And with that, I see no reason to move forward.
Thank you, Joey. Remember that the intention here from our perspective when we look at these Chapter 91s is to determine whether or not there are any impacts on any sort of shoreline, wetlands, and that sort of thing. So with that, does anybody have any input here on this? I don't see any issues. Anybody else? Okay. Excellent. So with that, then we're looking for a motion.
I'll make a motion to the seasonal dock at 50 Bates Grove Road.
First by Commissioner Foley,
Second.
Second by Commissioner Shivers. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Hearing none, motion passes 6-0.
Looks mighty fine. That looks mighty fine.
I didn't.
Hold on, we're gonna jump you ahead to
COC.
the COC as well, if you don't mind. Excuse me, I had a comment in the back.
No, I don't know when you take comments.
We're not required to take comments because of the fact that this is a public meeting, but you're welcome to, you have something you'd like to say, but we've already passed it.
You need to reopen.
I didn't know when you could give a public comment. I'm new to this.
Okay,
I would have interrupted earlier, but
Chapter 90.
yeah. So this is a Chapter 91.
I'm familiar.
Right, and so the only thing that we're concerned about, because it's not us who makes the approval, it's the state, we just have to determine whether or not there's any impact.
Okay. I just wanted to give my comment because I am submitting to the state opposition to
This is breaking up.
dog
Okay.
application.
Yeah, that's great, and that's exactly what you should do.
Okay, can I speak further? Because I've had other concerns for the lake, because one dog affects the whole lake.
Yeah, no, we can't really take comments like that because it doesn't affect what we're
Okay.
doing in this
Well,
case.
I guess I can put in writing and submit it to the committee. I've taken my time to come here because I think it's very important to speak directly to the Conservation Committee. I'm a long-term resident and I wanted my voice to be heard. If I cannot, I will stop talking now.
Shouldn't contact me.
So let me understand this. You were proposing that you would write a letter to us so that we could
I'm here
address your
tonight-
concerns?
I'm here tonight to express my objection to this for recreational concerns, safety concerns, and environmental concerns. I think the history and this body of water has been on the peer list of Massachusetts lakes for a long period of time. I, as a homeowner on the lake who uses the lake, have come today, have watched several things. For it being a recreational use, my concern is that as growing up on the lake, the significant amount of boat traffic that continues on the weekend has deterred my use of the lake, my pleasure of the lake, as well as other residents. Safety concerns then are potentially growing. The third is my environmental concerns. As homes continue to be built on the lake, then more docks can be applied for on the lake. I understand it's for, the state has to deal with it. With that potential for a new homeowner, there's a potential for a dock, a potential for 2 additional boats. With that, the erosion. With the building also of new homes, again, I understand code, but I'm here to say more trees are generally taken down with the new home buildings. I have witnessed groves of trees being taken down. A grove of trees that the Conservation Commission visited was at 15 Bates Grove Road. I think that's significant. That is the history in our town, and I wanted to bring it up, and I thank you for listening.
Thank you. We do share lots of the things that you're speaking about. However, we're not going to address anything associated with boat traffic. We're completely only on environmental here. So there's not much to speak about that. Otherwise, but the state is the place to go with your concerns as far as the environmental concern. But we do our best to protect the lake as well within the reasons. So you should be aware of that. And you're welcome to listen to any of our meetings because we work pretty hard at making sure that we maintain both the ecological aspects of the lake and protecting the resource that many of us actually live on the lake as well. So I'll tell you that is something extremely important to myself and every member up on this board as well. Okay.
Thank you.
So stay right. So what I'd like to do, folks, is I'd like to go out of order here, just because Patrick is here. Let's go to 4A, request for certificate of compliance, DEP 323-1176. This again is for 15 Bates Grove This was the last part in the COC, so that's why we're kind of putting them together. No. Joe, you want to give us an update here?
Excuse me, folks. All right, so again, Patrick Doherty, representing Mr. LaBelle and SunTrust Builders, looking for COC for DEP number 323-1176. This is 15 Bates Grove Road. So we've got the current plan, which I'll show in a moment. I'm just going to bring up some photographs so everyone can see what the final product was on this build that we approved a few years ago. This is from the driveway, looking down towards the water. Same shot, just a little bit closer. This is the other side of the home, everything stabilized. It's beautifully landscaped. Again, this is the shot from the backyard, straight lawn. Patio off to the right-hand side when you're looking at the water. This is the dwelling itself. Shoreline. Dwelling. All the downspouts are tied into Cultex. And those are the photographs that I've got. Let me pull up the as-built plan. So here is the as-built plan. Chambers are in the front of the home, just so that they can be out of the groundwater table. Home, walls, arborvitae along the a butter, it's to the right. Patio is accounted for, all within the setbacks according to zoning. And let me just pull up. So here is the letter from the engineer, and highlighted the building footprint to get modified a little bit. Remains the original work area. Minor changes to retaining wall locations and grading have been made, but remain within the original work area. A retaining wall and concrete patio have been constructed in the northeast portion of the property. As discussed with the conservation agent at the time, during construction and allowed as a field change minor mod. So. And if anyone has any questions, I would direct them to Mr. Healy, Mr. Doherty, who is here this evening, Mr. Chairman. I see no reason to not issue a COC.
Thank you, Joey. Anything else you'd like to add here?
Yeah, just that the site was designed for a previous owner, and it was more of a spec site plan, and that's why some of these changes have been noted. Once the home buyer bought the lot and had an architect involved, there was some little nuances that changed the footprint, but it was all kind of within the work area and the intent of the design. We had a side entry garage. They had kind of elongated the garage and had a front entry. So that's kind of where the grading and the footprint changes have occurred.
Excellent. Patrick, have you been on the property before?
Have I been to this property?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just curious. This has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but in future discussions on that part of the lake, I was just curious to, what is the, how wet is that lawn, within the 25-foot area of that lake?
It's several feet higher than the lake. It's
Yeah.
not wet at all. It's, it's been graded out. And, as far as like spongy or anything,
Yeah.
it's all gravelly material and
Right.
with loam on top, it's not wet at all.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. It's a question I've had for a while. Probably one of the lower parts. Any other questions, folks? Okay. In that case, we are looking for anybody want to make a,
I'll make a motion to
Motion.
approve the COC for 15 Bates Cove.
first by Commissioner Schote Foley,
Second.
second by Commissioner Shivers. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Seeing none, the motion passes 6-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. All right, next up, 95 South Shore Road. This is Rebecca Menzone, removal of 15 trees. These are primarily white pines and hemlocks. But before we get there, we're going to have our clerk read the public meeting notice.
In accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 131, Section 40, as amended, the Wetland Protection Act, a public meeting will be held on a request for determination of applicability filed by Rebecca Manzone, owner, to determine whether the removal of 15 trees at 95 South Shore Road in Webster, Mass, Assessor ID 59_F_26_0 is subject to the Wetlands Protection Act and local wetland bylaw. The public meeting will be held in the Board of Selectmen Meeting Room, second floor, Webster Town Hall, 350 Main Street, Webster, Mass, on October 14, 2025 at 6 p.m. Any person interested in this application and wishing to be heard should appear at the time and place designated.
Thank you, Commissioner Taco. Joey, give us an update on this.
All right, so the update on this, this is South Shore Road, and it is Craver Point, which is very densely vegetated. As Commissioner, as Chairman mentioned, there are several trees, primarily hemlocks, that are suffering a disease right now. A couple of white pines that are not in good shape. And then I just wanted to show this tree right here, which is now become a hazard to an adjacent dwelling that is not on the property. So the insurance companies still are continuing to catch trees that are hanging over dwellings and potential fall hazards. So here's one of the trees that I'm looking to take down. It's right here. And then the tree that's right in the back is the second one at the street. These are the only two that are not on the actual Craver Point that are across the street. So coming down the driveway, you can see this tree here are nearly dead. They'll be coming down. This particular tree here is starting to fall. This tree here was a broken tree with just one limb coming off the side here. The other thing too is there are, I think, just a handful of oaks, and oaks suffered significantly when we had the outbreak of the gypsy moth a couple of years ago. Here's several plantings that they're planning on adding back in. As we know, that's always been a very vegetated peninsula. So this is a dwelling, and there are two trees here. They are, this picture didn't come out very good, but they're nearly dead. So they would like to take them down. Here's the hemlock, completely dead. This tree here has a large crack in it. You can't really see it, but it's coming down this way. Over here, it went all the way to the top. Just some wind damage that blows through there. But you can also see in the distance here, there's a tree here and one in the background. And then this one, there's a ribbon on it. They're just not healthy at all. Unfortunately, our adjusting climate is not, it's not helping our vegetation very well. Here's another tree that they're looking to remove. One thing I want to point out with, with this particular point is, as Rich learned today, there's a really nice understory. The canopy is the top of the trees, and the understory is where the smaller trees are. So once some of these dead trees are out of here, you're going to see the the smaller trees come up. So this one here, completely dead. Again, three hemlocks in a row. This tree right here, an oak. Again, this tree over here. Here's another one. And this particular tree right here, coming over the dwelling, looking for to have that one removed. And then there's just a small guy right on the other side of the cottage. You can see all the way up to the top. And then this one is falling towards the driveway. I just want to pluck that one out of there. And then this is same shot, just a little bit different angle, that same tree. Two trees that are just not healthy. So they did plot an aerial, a nice little map, I thought, as to where the areas of the trees are. 10 dead ones, 3 alive, and then the 2 across the street. So that's the story from 95 South Shore.
Joy, are they going to be removing the root balls as well?
They're going to be just stumping.
Okay.
Yep, they're going to leave the stumps.
Okay. This is one of the largest takedown of trees that we've had for a request for. I'm just curious if, would you ever consider, and I'm not saying for this case, but an arborist coming in and giving you advice as to the conditions of trees? I mean, obviously this time they're pretty
We've had
dead.
arborists in the past. In a situation like this, I know that she had, someone did walk the property. I don't remember if it was the company that's removing the trees or an actual certified arborist or not. But they, walk the trees for obviously safety of dwellings, what might be falling, and obviously what's dead. So, going forward in the future, we can definitely ask for an arborist letter. But I mean, there's no.
I was thinking
about it.
just, would you consider
these guys are-
asking for one when you felt as if there was potential, a tree might have potential?
We've asked before in the past.
Okay.
Question. It's kind of the same thing I was thinking when I saw this plan. 15 is a lot of trees. I know it's very wooded. I used to play on the tennis court. It's really wooded, but when you said the replacements, what are they replacing it with?
They're planting, there was some hemlocks there, and then I don't remember what else I saw there. But there were smaller guys, about this big.
How tall
There
are
was
they
probably
going to be?
about 12 of them,
About how
all
tall?
along lined up.
Yeah, I saw the picture, but about how tall will they be? So they won't be anywhere near the height that's existing.
No, but that's where I was talking about with the understory, the smaller trees are gonna shoot right up as soon as they start getting light.
Just as a counterpoint to the size of the take, it's also a decent number of trees in that lot.
Right.
So percentage-wise,
Completely agree. Yeah, good point.
The 3 live trees, so there were 10 sick, 3 getting sick, and then.
There's 2 across the street, and then I believe there was 1 that's right near the dwelling.
Do we need to have remove the healthy trees?
What's that?
Do we need to remove the healthy trees? Can we
Yes,
do
because the neighbor's insurance company reached out to him.
Oh, that was the one hanging
Yes,
over the house?
yes.
Okay. Could they trim it instead of taking it all the way down?
I recommend that when I can, when I talk with people, when I do administrative approvals, but this is more than likely, it's just a takedown. But that's an option in the future.
And they have a professional company coming in to do that?
Okay. So without the root balls being taken out, I guess they're planting in some other locations. Where the locations?
I think they're just sporadically putting them where they can fit them in.
Got it. Okay. That's good. At least you can.
I mean, I would be more concerned if I was seeing consistent, we want to take these down, we want to take these down, we want to take these down at the same property. We have had that in the past. Previous agents have requested that an arborist letter is then submitted and replacements are then put back.
And it's not for the purpose of building something there or anything,
No.
it's just
No.
removing what's not well and cleaning it up.
This is a legacy family on the lake. They're not looking to develop anything.
Excellent. Do we have a motion here? Yes,
Public comment when you get done?
sure. Go ahead. Go ahead. It's not required.
Just if you know the square footage of the lot, I'm just curious because it looks pretty big.
I don't know the square footage of the lot, no.
Any other questions? Okay, looking for a motion here.
I'll make a motion to approve 95 South Shore Road to removal of 15 trees.
First by Commissioner Foley,
I'll second.
second by Commissioner Shivers. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Thank you. Moving on to public hearing. So we have an NOI, 11 Pavilion Avenue. This is DEP 323-1292. This is demolish of an existing single-family house, shed, pavement, construction of a single-family house with a driveway and retaining walls. This is continued from our last meeting on the 29th of September.
Thank you, sir.
Joey, you want to give us an update here?
All right, so we continued this from the last meeting we wanted the square footage of the lot on the plan. We wanted the extra plantings that were agreed upon on the plan, the sequencing plan corrected. So we did get that from Mr. Kravosky this evening. And that is in front of you here, and I see no reason to not move forward with this.
At your convenience, through the chair. If I'm loud enough.
I just wanted to let you know that there's 185,600 square feet at 95 South Shore Road.
I'm sorry, thank you so much, 185,000.
600,
Thank you so
or
much.
4.26 acres. Just had to think about
On
it.
the side, thank you for that.
Peter,
They get
could
a
you bring
lot.
that mic over to him? I'm sorry?
I can,
Okay, thank you.
is that a portable mic?
It is.
I'll sit right there. I just wanted to see the screen. It's easy.
Yeah, we're
I'm all set. I'll go right.
the person who does the translation of our meetings.
That's a nice one. I'm ready.
Thank you, Glenn.
When you're ready?
Yeah, go
Thank you,
ahead.
sir. So we had been relying on the engineer because. It didn't look good.
Glenn carries very well.
I'm sorry, go on.
I said you carry very well.
Thank you. At 70, I work the project, always. So anyways, thank you for this, and we had been relying on the engineer, as he had been in the past. The Gurren and Hanlon had submitted this application. And John had asked me to take a look at it. So when this last set of revisions came in, which had to do with the construction sequence, extra vegetation, square footage of the lot, as Mr. Wigglesworth had stated, we took it that he sent it in, like he sent the notice of intent and the plans in, but he did it. So we will ask for continuance at the end of this discussion to give the town both time to review it and because we still have to go to ZBA. And we don't want to close the hearing, as we said at the last meeting, without having their input. Instead of coming back, if there is a change and we have to then open the hearing or ask for amendment to the order, and the commission does not have to entertain amendments, and then wouldn't we be in a pickle? So we'd rather just continue it till we have CBA completed and then come back with the commission. But thank you for the last meeting and discussing the problems with the construction sequence that we didn't review at EBT's office, but was sent out by Karen and Hanlon. And so we now have, if we could, and it's on there, I know the PDF came over to the town before this, just today, so this is last minute, I'm sorry. We did have it about 5 or 6 days ago. In fact, 10/6/25. Thank you. And so 15's tomorrow, correct? So here we are. We changed the construction sequence, similar to what we had discussed at the last meeting. Install perimeter erosion control, install stone construction entrance, pre-construction site meeting with Webster Conscom, demolish existing house, clear and grub site. There's nothing to clear and grub. There's one stump. John, if I could go through the chairman, is there one stump, please?
2 stumps.
2 stumps. Thank you. But if I could through you, they have been removed by a permit?
The trees have it, yeah.
That's all. We want to make sure the commission knows that this was permitted in the past. Thank you, John. You could sit up here with me. I did take a shower. The, install floating siltation boom, construct proposed retaining wall. We could have added one before that, remove the existing concrete, but that goes along with the construct, I apologize. Construct house, install utilities, install drip line, that's infiltration. Temporary stabilization, stabilizes work progresses. Install driveway, finalize permanent stabilization of all disturbed areas. Site inspection with Webster Conservation to review work, request certificate of compliance, remove the erosion controls after the site is stabilized. It's a generally what we would be doing, and clearly it was not in sequence close to that from the engineers. On the impervious calc, they left out the square footage of the lot. It was looked up during the last meeting, and the assessor has it at 4880, which comes to, and I'm looking existing proposed, we're at 33.3 coverage will be presently existing, and proposed is 32.5, slight decrease in impervious. And we added some oaks in the back, and I did specify min 4 feet high, because I think a lot of times we're not specifying the size of what we're putting out there, and it did just come up at the last meeting, what are you putting in? So again, that's a decent affair. I hope the commission agrees. And so we have a couple of oaks, back where we lost an oak. And 55-gallon spill kit, as we went over before. We have the porta potty, we have the construction entrance. We have, in the ghost of this plan, you can see that the shed, which was attached directly, and correct me, John, to the building, was over the property line. Now, we're working with a 5 feet on one side and a 13.7 as far as setback. Standing on the road facing in 5 feet instead of over the property line on the left facing the water, and 13.7 at its closest with the structure on the right or the Gorski side. We did bring up that there is a proposed deck, and it is in the 25 foot. We did bring up at the last meeting the case, if I could just get up for a minute. We did have to bring in the Gorski plan from 19 and the whole file, as I had my son look for it instead of printing it all out. I think it's relevant in that the house directly to the south of us, that house and that house plan is here. And that deck, which was approved under an appeal, was the closest point was 8 feet off the water. And so we have, in addition, we have moved the retaining wall inland 18 inches. And that would give him a little bit more shoreline, but also give the lake slightly bit, we calculated floodplain and land under water body, a slight increase. Most people build exactly where the existing wall is because I don't want to see my clients lose any land, but he wanted a little bit more shoreline. He felt that, I think there's a little less issue if you're inland of the shoreline, less floodplain. Normally, we build these walls, again, did I just say that, right exactly where the old one is. This one went in for his shoreline issues. And I believe, and we do know that lastly, that Mr. Wigglesworth, Joe, had gone out there. There was Oriental bittersweet and wisteria growing within that rock. And it was just that. There was nothing more. And it was all held up on that top.
Yep.
To get a point about how mushy things are, with this coarse bank gravel, generally, if you're 2 feet above the lake, you're dry because this stuff perks so well that under the state law, if you have this type of gravel, Hinkley Merrimack Hydrologic Soil Group A, which is coarse bank gravel stratified, it's glacial outwash. The wetland, if you have water table within 1 foot of the soil surface, you can be growing wetland plants. If you have tilly soil like a Paxton, which is silty clay, you can have a wetland that's growing, if the water table is 18 inches, 1.5 feet down, you'll grow still wetland because of capillary action causes that water to go higher. The point I'm going to get at is this coarse gravel is well drained, and normally if you're over 1 foot above the lake, I just looked at one over at where the last gentleman was sitting, where the Bates Grove.
Yep.
And he does have, there's always a small strip of wetland vegetation if it's a natural shoreline, because there is that impact of the water table in that very beginning of the shoreline, which is right at the water edge. You're growing 2 to 4, 5, depends on how shallow the land rises up. But if it rises up any kind of, which I saw the topo in that plan, you're generally going to get pretty dry pretty quick because it's bank gravel and your water table is 1 foot down. Normally, 1 foot below, 1 foot above 480 is going to be dry. Mean high is 479, you know that. So let me correct myself. 479, go up 1 foot, you're generally going to be above the water table, above wetland vegetation on that point. I appreciate your time for listening to this. Again, I know there's, as stated by the chairman last meeting, you had more questions. I think we continued after a certain amount of time, and I believe we answered the questions you had to this point, but there's probably still more. We did center the dock also to the lot because we know that Chapter 91, when it does come around, they'll be looking for the most distance to property lines, and because the lot is only 44, if I could ask my client, I think we're 44.
Yeah, 43.
43 at the lake. So we centered it into 43. It is one of the narrower, unlike the 50 footers that we normally have. Thank you.
Thank you, Glenn. So I know nobody's sort of reviewed all these new plans that just came in, so we're just going to continue this to the next meeting, okay? Unless you have any questions at this point, concerns?
Just one little thing.
Sure,
If I could ask my client.
absolutely.
Because we're going to the ZBA, I would ask not to continue for just one meeting, because when did you hear anything about a meeting date approximately?
The next meeting on the second next month.
And so-
December 3rd, probably.
Once a month?
Next meeting is November 3rd
For ZBA.
for ZBA.
And he feels,
They said we wouldn't make it that time. We'd have to go to December, which is about what or something?
Okay.
I'm just,
So December 2nd is
yeah.
the next one, it's a Tuesday.
we're going to ask for a continuance to the meeting after the second.
All right, let
We
me
need
pull
to know
that
what
up.
ZBA is going to say.
All
No
right.
matter what this board says, we still want to know what the ZBA says.
So December 9th.
We love that date.
Okay.
Thank you. 12/9.
That's a Tuesday as well,
Christmas
just so you
season's
know.
coming up.
Hey, folks, so we're looking for a motion to continue to the December 9th.
Make a motion to, do I have to abstain or can I make that motion, Joe? Just
can
to
make the
continue.
motion.
Yeah. Make a motion to continue 11 Pavilion Avenue to the 12/9 meeting date.
Second.
First by Commissioner Taco, second by Commissioner Jewell. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Hearing none, motion passes.
Thank you for your time.
See you.
Good Thanksgiving in between.
Yeah.
Thanks, Glenn.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, don't forget that.
And Thanksgiving.
Go by my house and Thanksgiving. Beware of ghosts.
Okay, folks, we're going to move on to action item B, request for a certificate of compliance, DEP 323-1196. This is 91 Bates Point. Joey, you want to give us an update here?
Sure, let me, okay. So, this is 91 Bates Point Road. We did receive the as-built, we received the engineering letter. When this was permitted, there were no special conditions put on this particular project. So let me just take you through some photographs. 91 Bates Point. All right, so now this particular project was for a garage addition, going up one level, and this sort of passageway from the main house to the garage, which is a finished garage, and for some staircase and a deck off the back. So here are the photographs. So here's looking down towards the connector between the main house and the garage. This was the addition. Here's the deck. I'm sorry, my finger is in the way there. So this is on the lake side. Very, very simple project. I have a new tablet, so its focus is very strange. So sorry we're getting these odd photos. So here's looking underneath the connector between the main house and the garage. You can see the stairs were built off to the side, go down the side of the home, and that's what I have for this particular project. Let me show you the plan. And here is the connector between the existing house and the garage, deck, and the stairs. And let me see, I think I have the original plan here. Here's the original plan. There wasn't, here are the stairs, here is the deck, here's the connector between the home and the garage, and then the proposed second story, which was obviously added, so. And with that, I see no reason to not issue a certificate of compliance.
Joey, so could you just walk me through the special conditions and how they were all met as it might apply to this board? And
There were no special conditions.
there were none for this project. Well,
There's in perpetuity conditions, but those are standard on all of our conditions, so.
there you go. All
Okay.
right. Any questions here, folks? Peter, you got a question, I can tell. No. I'm just trying to encourage questions. Anything?
That's not Antoinette. I said, that's not Antoinette.
Well, I didn't even, I'm sorry, Jason, I didn't even see, Jason Pieter is here, this landowner, so.
Okay, well, not hearing any questions. I don't have any issues here. Looking for a motion?
Emotionally, do the CLC for 91 Bates. How many Bateses we got? Bates Point Road.
First by Commissioner Jewell. Robin, could you just point that mic towards you?
Oh, sorry. I apologize. That really, I
Second.
found out I have to be audible.
Second by Commissioner Taco. All those in favor? All those opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jason. Have a good night.
Okay, next up is request for certificate of compliance for DEP 323-1110. This is 32 Kildare. I'm sorry, 322 Kildare. Okay, Joe, you want to give us an update here?
Okay, so 322 Kildare was another example of a property transfer, and the attorneys have caught that there's an open order of conditions on the deed of this particular property. So this is going to transfer supposedly tomorrow, and they had asked to get on the agenda for tonight. This was for a wall project. They had a wall that was not in good shape, and it had gotten replaced, so. So this is in, you may know the property if you live on the lake, it's in the Narrows, that goes between North Pond and Middle Pond. So here is the wall. Some of the original wall was able to be salvaged, that's why there's a little bit of a difference between the two walls. They kept a really nice, about 4 to 6 inch lip on this one. It's still very flat over there, so. Here are the stairs that go down to the next level, down towards the water. Different view here. This is a little bit further down from the other side of the yard. There were some older stairs, stone concrete stairs that they kept here. So they only replaced what was failing at the time, so. So. The wall did come in a little bit, so there is a little bit of riprap there, board at the time approved. Again, sorry for the tablet. Some nice granite stairs. And then as the only special conditions on this was to replace there were 2 trees that were pushing on the previous wall. The board had asked for trees to be replanted. Here is one, and here is the other. So they're doing great. I believe they're dogwoods. So,
Question? I forgot, how long ago was that done? I forgot. A while ago, right?
let me, hold on 1 second.
2 years, probably.
What? What'd you say?
I said, I think 2 years it's been done. 2 summers.
This order of conditions was done in 20, 8/3 of 20. So a couple of years. And
Yeah.
so there was a use of cofferdam during the building. Water should be around the stairs during the replacement, and then 2 replacement trees to be planted. So those were the special conditions. That was during COVID. So that was an interesting time. So there is, so there's the original order of conditions. We did get a letter from Mr. Balsowitz saying that everything has been done per spec. Pear trees, those are actually flowering pear trees.
Okay, thanks, Joey. Are you in a butter?
2 doors down. 2 doors down from
I
them.
think that's
That's what I'm
close
saying.
enough.
They
right?
had, they built walls all over the place for years.
No, I know, I'm just wondering if you should be abstaining from the vote,
Abstaining, yes.
Um,
being in a
one-
butter.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 3 houses, is that about it? Okay.
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
Okay.
it's
Well,
by,
we'll
it's
go
by,
by-
Yeah,
we'll
okay.
go
by
by
footage.
100
Right,
feet.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
sure, no problem.
I would
Abstain.
probably, just to be safe, I would probably
Okay,
abstain.
I abstain, I remove myself.
Any other comments here, folks? Hearing none, looking for a motion.
Make a motion to approve the certificate of compliance for 322 Kildare Road.
First by Commissioner Taco,
Second.
second by Commissioner Sharon, because she's a little louder. All those in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Say no. Abstentions? 1. Okay, so motion passes.
And that
5-0.
abstention for the
1.
record is Commissioner Jewell.
Thank you. Okay, next up is draft meeting minutes. Everybody have a chance to read these? Somebody must have found an error in them. You didn't?
I did not.
You did?
Had to do Sunday at work yesterday,
All right.
the holiday.
What error you got?
Huh?
Oh, you said you don't or you did?
I had work yesterday, so I said I had to do something.
Got it. Either one of you alternates find any issues with this motion? This minutes? No?
This is the test.
Right, yeah, exactly.
I didn't.
Joey found an issue.
All right, so the meeting minutes show that Peter, our alternate, was in attendance when he was not. So,
Yeah, right.
It's all right. It's a quiz, you know?
so we just would need to approve them
Okay, I'm
with
gonna
that
be
change.
prepared for this.
Sorry, Sharon, what?
That you were in attendance.
That it showed you were in attendance, but you were not in attendance in the last meeting.
On the 29th?
No, on the 5th, the 15th, sorry, 15th.
All right, with those changes, we're looking for a motion here to approve the September 15th meeting minutes.
I move that we accept the September 15th meeting minutes
With the changes.
with the, as amended.
Thank you. First by Commissioner Shivers,
Second.
second by Commissioner Taco. All those in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Hearing none, motion passes.
Bless you.
Bless you. Any discussion items?
No,
You got-
September 29th.
Do we do the 29th?
Oh, there are two
Two of
meeting
them
minutes.
there. Yes, there are.
Any issues with the September 29th meeting? Minutes. Hearing none, looking for a motion to approve the 29th of September's meeting minutes.
I move we accept the September 29th
First
meeting
by-
minutes.
First by Commissioner Shivers,
I'll second it.
second by Commissioner Foley. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Thank you. Discussion items, there are none, Joey?
None.
Okay, staff updates.
All right, so staff updates. I had 2 administrative approvals, one on Cedar Drive. We had trees that are dead and adjacent to a dwelling. And of course, it's again, an insurance situation. And then
How many trees? How many trees?
5.
Are they gonna replace them? or
I'm
something?
sorry?
Are they gonna replace them?
No.
There's no room to, I know they can't do it on a house, but I mean, there's no, in there.
No. We have a tree policy. Until we have a tree bylaw, I can't twist someone's arm to replant. So I do tend to get people to either do trimming or to scale back on what they're doing. But, you know, it really stinks. It's something that I'm going to talk with my former employer, MECC, about. Our other communities facing the same situation with tree canopy loss due to insurance companies, banks, and, you know, what latitude aside from canceling someone's insurance, which I've had cancellation letters come in to the office. That's not a good thing.
Is it a written letter from an insurance company that says the trees need to be removed, or is it just the homeowner saying the insurance said?
It could be that too, yeah. But a lot of people that usually come in the office will show me something. So,
But they
I
can,
mean, it is something that I could start asking for, like, what are they saying? Who asked for an arborist? So,
Well, to that woman's point,
right,
that anybody can say the insurance company said this tree is a risk and I have to take it down. And so why are they even asking us then? Because they're just gonna take it down anyway if we can't tell them to replace it. It just seems,
I get it, as someone that studied this in school, I mean, someone that's an environmentalist, I get it, but, sometimes your hands are, they either take the trees down, and, we've got so many people that are not coming to the commission and asking for administrative approval or calling and asking for it. And then, we've got those that are coming and saying, hey, I do have these compromised trees, or I have trees that my insurance company is deeming as over my dwelling. And they would like them, they were requiring me to remove them, and they're going to cancel me. So
2 points. One, that person has had a lot of problems with that builder, so that's kind of an ongoing kind of thing. But secondly, can any of these trees be like halfway? I mean, like, you can't have a compromise on a replacement?
Well, it goes by size. Usually, I believe a 2-inch caliper tree is actually a really good sizable tree. So, it's a compromise, I can get a little bit more tougher. You guys want me tougher? I'll get tougher.
When it comes to trees, yeah.
I think my question, Joey, here, as far as getting tougher, is where are these trees relative to the resource area?
Yeah.
One was near the shoreline, the others were probably about 20 feet back. I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, how far back did you say they were?
Between the 15 and 20, probably. So the other trees were Brook Street. A couple of them were not. They were leaning towards the structure. They want them out of there for safety. So that's Brook Street, and then we're not going to discuss it tonight, but we do have an enforcement situation that I had to check out, and is indeed an enforcement situation at Oakwood Drive, between Oakwood Drive and Camille Road. So that's going to be on the next agenda for us to discuss and to ratify that enforcement order. So that's all I've got.
Thank you, Joey.
Thank you, Joe.
Anything else, folks, you want to bring to this body discussion?
I just had one question about a really large tree that was taken down right up against a small cottage in South Pond, about 5 houses down from the dock. Did anybody come to the commission?
I don't know.
It was a good 6 feet in diameter. It actually looked like 2 trees, but it was one because we were there on Sunday, and it was a gigantic tree. I couldn't believe the size of it. The stump.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, they did come before us. It was a really old tree.
It was gigantic.
Yes. But,
I'm just curious.
all right. Discussing this a little too much.
Got it. Anything else, folks? In that case, we are looking for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
First by Commissioner Taco, second by Commissioner Foley. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Meeting closed at 7:03. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Mike's